Hey, this is Nick Nelson, the mad scientist of muscle. Now, what I've got for you today is cardio training. This is not resistance training. This is a technique that I like to use, basically that doesn't require a whole lot of equipment, and you get a great cardio workout at the same time. And this is just your basic stair-stepping. So we've got a few different variations of it for you here, ranging from a very basic beginner kind of stair-stepping to a more intermediate and advanced level stair-stepping strategy where you're actually going to be turning sideways as you're doing it. Like I said, that's an advanced one. I'm going to show you the very easy, very beginner one first. So essentially what you're doing is you just use the bottom two steps, or whatever steps you have available. And you can start just by stepping up, stepping down. The first time you're doing these, you can hold on to a handrail for balance if you need it. Now, a little bit more advanced, not a whole lot, is going to be jogging up and down the steps. So I'll give you a quick demo of that. And that is just this. Like I said, very simple, and I like to do this as interval training, and on successive intervals I will alternate which leg I start with first. So on that set, starting with the left leg, stepping up and stepping back down, and then I would switch to starting with the right leg, stepping up then back down. Very straightforward. Now, I prefer just doing two steps. I find that to be better than three and better than one. So this is basically the magic number. Now, like I said, you can do this for interval training. Generally what I'll do is like 30 seconds on and 30 seconds off. I will also pace the intensity based on what kind of interval training I'm doing. For example, that was a light jog. You can also do a very fast-paced stair-stepping, which I'll show you right now here too. And for that, the first time you do it, I recommend holding onto the rail because your foot coordination is a little bit different when you're moving faster. So you really want to be careful that you're not, taking a face plant into the stairs. So with that one, balance is very important. When you're doing it very fast like that, you're actually keeping your balance over top of this first and second step. Because if you let it come all the way back, then you have to come all the way forward and all the way back. It's going to take away from the intensity of the movement. You're not going to be able to move as fast. So by basically keeping your mass over top of those two middle stairs, you're going to be able to move a lot faster. Do a quick demo using the other leg to start. So that is your basic stair-stepping. Now, I'm going to take a quick breather here so that I'm not constantly gasping for air as I'm explaining this next one to you. Alright, now before I continue, you'll notice when I'm doing these I'm not wearing any shoes, I'm just wearing socks. Now, the reason I can do this is I'm training at home. If you're doing this in the gym, they're probably going to want you to wear shoes. So, no big deal. I just like to wear no shoes because I find I get a better feel for the ground and better contact. So, I find it better strengthens the ankles and the foot muscles as well. Now, aside from that, I got the next one for you, and that is stair-stepping sideways. Now this is one, the first few times you do it, you're definitely going to want to hold on to something, because the coordination can be a bit tricky the first time through. So basically what you're going to do is step up, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. You can also do it the other direction as well. As you can see, there is some coordination involved, and there are a variety of different ways to pattern the stepping. And what I would suggest you do is basically do it a few times, holding on to something, get comfortable with whatever pattern that you're most comfortable with, basically in a nutshell. And then, once you get going with it, then you can speed things up and remove your hands and basically do this freestanding. So I'll give you a quick demo here the other way. You can lead with whichever leg you want as well. once you got that lateral pattern pretty well down, then you can start kind of freestyling it. And you can actually turn and go both directions in the course of the different stepping that you're doing. So I'll give you a quick demo of that, show you what I'm talking about. And you can also do it leading off with the other foot as well. Now, this is something you'll definitely want to practice before you go freestyle it like that. It's a great way to go. It's also going to develop very good ankle stability and strength, because every time you're doing sideways, you're putting lateral tension onto those ankle joints. So instead of just going straight up and down all the time, or running in a straight line all the time, which most people do, this lateral movement is really going to give your ankles something to basically strengthen them up in that lateral direction, which will help if you play any sports that require lateral movement. Football, soccer, basketball, pretty much anything where you have a lot of side-to-side action. So it's going to help stabilize and strengthen the ankles so you don't turn over and twist them. Now, one quick comment about wearing no shoes when you're doing these. Be very careful that you're not slipping around on the stairs. For example, if you hit the carpet, edge of the carpet, slightly wrong when you're wearing shoes, not a big deal. Usually the treads will grip. If you're wearing socks or bare feet, there's a greater chance of slipping. So definitely watch your steps as you're doing these. And if you have any doubts as to your ability to coordinate your feet, hold on to that rail. That's what it's there for. Now, you may also have noticed that I didn't do these backwards. That's because it doesn't work at all. You have a very good chance of catching your heel as you're coming up and tripping on the stairs. So, that's not something I recommend doing. I can give you a quick demo. Basically, you're coming up like this, and it's really, if you do it slowly, you can get away with it, but because you can't really see where you're planting your feet, it's kind of awkward and not something I'd actually recommend. So, basically recapping everything, stair-stepping, very simple, very easy, easy to set up, I should say. Not necessarily easy if you're doing it, but great way to do cardio at home. No need for any equipment other than a couple of stairs. Very effective, and you can do, like I said, the sideways, you can do the very fast, you can do the jog, you can do the walk, lots of options. So for cardio training, this is definitely a good one to try if you train at home. Actually, even if you train at the gym and they have stairs. So,